Namaskars. We are starting Unit 4 Writing Report and Proposal Tips for the Understanding. Units Report and Report and presentation are important opportunity to demonstrate your value to the organization. Depending on the project, we might analyze complex problem, educated audience, address opportunity in the marketplace, win contract, or even launch an entire company with the help of a compliance business plan. Must report including the following section: first, title; second, obstacle; third, introduction; fourth, method; fifth, result; sixth, decisions discussion; seventh, conclusion; eighth, reference; nine, appendices. We need to adapt what you have learned so far to the particular challenge of long formal message, including some special touches that can make formal report stand out from the crowd. On how to plan effective presentations, overcome to the anxieties that every speaker feels in response to the question, and for the audience, making ownership up to date for the response and practice for the online presentation. Finally, complement your talk with accompanying visual materials and learn how to create presentation slides that engage and excite your audience. The different formats and the presentation of the reports and proposal need to be run under two process and three-step writing process. The planning, writing, and completing need to be in every aspect of writing report. Unit 11, Chapter 11, Planning, Report and Proposal. Group B, Analytical Questions, 25. July. Question number 2 is for the request of your manager. Write a report applying your Yardix approach to select the smart TV models for our reputable brand priced below the Rs 1.7 lakh and offering a minimum 2 years warranty for installation in the similar hall of the company where are you working. In your report, provide multiple smart TV options to your manager based on their brand reputations, cost, and warranty duration. The recommended accordingly. Answer: report on realistic smart TV. First, introductions. Our company need a smart TV installed in the seminar hall for the presentation display purpose. Second, categories for the selecting any smart TV. A, TV size; B, brand reputation; C, cost; for D, warranty; E, customer feedback; F, picture quality. And third, comparison of two brand of two smart TV. First of all, A, Samsung smart TV. One TV size 51 inch, brand reputations worldwide popular, cost 1.65 lakhs, warranty 10-year warranty and parts lifetime available. Fifth, customer feedback; customer satisfaction level is high into the performance. Sixth, picture quality, more than 100 side of color with a 3D pictures quality. Second, B, LG smart TV size 51 inch, brand reputation worldwide popular with a multiple national brand. And third, cost 1.60 lakhs, warranty lifetime part warranty with 10 years repairing service. Fifth, customer feedback; customer satisfaction level is high into the performance. Sixth, picture quality, more than 200 slide of water colors with 3D pictures quality. IV recommendations: Samsung smart TV. Do not attempt to buy this brand as it is a bit more expensive than the other brand and has less quality. B, LG smart TV. First, the cost is cheaper. Second, the warranty covers more than the other. Third, the picture quality is more some things than the other. This LG smart TV is recommended to be installed in the seminar hall because of this report based on the and strict approach. Question number 2, 2025 July. Question number 3, workplace politicals often operated through favoritism, nepotism, informal network of spoken power, dynamic and groupthings, which can result in systematic discrimination against a certain employee. As a manager of an organization, you are experiencing such workplace politics, which has impacted your company's reputation. To save the company from such politics, draft a memo emanating to the intricate such toxic environmental memo to all the employees from Dil Bhushan Sharma, manager, date 1st August 2025, subject to maintain healthy workplace environmental. In today's workplace, environmental diversity is the most common phenomenon. Sometimes we create workplace political unwanted toxic environmental such environmental are unlikely formed by the employee by farming some types of the informal groups. These situations are built by the favoritisms, nepotisms, informal networks of spoken power, dynamic and groupthings. These types of the groupisms and the discussions create the tool toxic environmental. These toxic environmental are developed in the systematic discriminations against certain employee, and this create the unhealthy environmental in the organizations. The organization is unwanted experience such environment. By the memo, I want to make you aware all the employee to try their best from their part to avoid such groupism and toxic environmental and to maintain business. These types of workplace politics certainly don't not do any better for the organization. Thank you. Dil Bhushan Sharma, manager, solid future human resource developer, Kathmandu, Nepal. Question number 3, 2023 August September. Question number 5, you are in the final year of the MBS. Some of your friends in preparing to civil service examination, and some of them are thinking of going abroad. However, you are planning to start a business that aim of providing employment opportunity. Prepare a sort of informal business proposal considering the major price of business proposal prepared by business oriented, all located at Kathmandu Valley, prepared by Asta Kumal. Description: we support us is seeking funding for the fresh master graduated are starting on business based on the urban area, and the funding necessary to establish a technology assisted office at Rome. This proposal detailed all the perspective and opportunity. We support us is seeking the facility guidance and funding of the business for the growth of business in order to benefit both the parties. Exclusive summary: the purpose of this proposal is to forge a static relationship between we support us and every interest candidate to leverage the customer base for the searching a new area of technology. Project description: the project will be serving as follows: the internet facility, the internet serving in the computer-based assistant, the share market educations, the online service of the opportunity applications. We believe working in our country would be more satisfying than serving in the horizon. If we worked in internet and whole world would be in our just a click. We think the government job and the award earning cannot be give the store satisfaction as we'll get in our business. The setup is difficult but is more sustainable. Location: we can locate our office at the urban side, the government office location and university campus location would be better. Investment: if we require only 2 million investment at the initial phase, the group of 5 people would be sufficient to raise the funds. Mentoring: We believe in legal document and updating all the document. The business will run with the check and balance system of its own. The advertisement, the hiring of the internal service provider, and the social media with such PR would be obvious for it. Human resources, the IT engineer and the designer would work with the proper monitoring of the entire system. Thank you, Managing Director. We support us. Question number 2018 August. Question number 3 is the local manager of the international according from your place high priority and professional etiquette. Not only does it communicate respect to your client, it also instant confidence to your firms by showing that you and your staff are aware of and able to meet the expectations of at most any audience. Either today you took for recent I had a college graduated to launch with an important client. You have done this is the for year at the end. It's usually an upbeat experience for everyone, but today's launch was a disaster. One of the new employee made not two but three calls on his mobile phones during launch. Another interviewed the client several times and even got into a mild agreement with the third employer gift, making secret jokes and politics, making everyone at the table uncomfortable. And the fourth shows after dresses like she was expecting to take ballet high or work in coal mine, not have a business launch in a bush. Posted student, you have already called the client to apply, but now you need to coach this employee and proper business etiquette. Write a detailed memo to these employees explaining why etiquette it is so important to the company's success and to be their individual career. Memo to all employees from Narendra Prasad Bhattrai, local manager, date 25 January 2018. Subject priority on professional etiquette. We the representative of the international accounting firm. We have kept the professional etiquette in our first priority. Surely we have to remind our employee time and again about the international standard we have mentioned up to now. Today I want to bring for example that we experienced during our meeting with an important client. The meeting was even attended by our newly hired employee to the launch meeting was a disaster. One of the new employee made repeatedly mobile phone calls during the lunch time during the importance of the meeting. Another employees made a mild agreement with the client, but is not in our company's executed to be we have in such manner. We think our every customer is equally important for us. The formal launch meeting became as odd for all is as one of the new employees started to make sacrifice jokes and double meaning sentence words. Another employee even commented on having such business launch at expensive and stylish restaurant. I think I need to be bearing all the example in this short memo because I think I need to coach all the newly appointed employee and refresh all the member too, as I have already asked the employees from the company side about the attitude that we have in is for oneself. So maintaining not any beating about the bush etiquette is so important to the company's success and to all individual career. Thanks, Narendra Prasad Bhattrai, local manager, Global Solution Accounting Firm. 2017 mark of question number 3. You're the largest employee in the Loganville. Your construction company provides a purchasing, activity and tax payment that make up a virtual part of the city's economy. In your roles as CEO, however, you realize that the relationship between your company and the community is mutually beneficial, and the company could not survive without the effort of its employees. And the business opportunity offered by a growing marketplace in the physical and legal infrastructures that the government provides. The company dependence on the community was demonstrated in moving and immediately away last weekend, and when a powerful storm pushed the Logan River past flood stage and threatened to inundate your company's office and warehouse facility. More than 200 volunteers work alongside your employees through the night to fill and stack sandbags to protect your building, and the city council authorized the development of heavy equipment and additional staff to help in the emergency port. As you watched the water rise nearly by 10 feet high behind the makeshift dike, you realize that the community comes together to save your company. Write a note to post on your company's Facebook page thanking the city's and government official of the Logan Villa for the helps to protecting the company's facility during the storm. Use your creativity to make up any details you need to write 350 word message. And me sense thing and Thanksgiving. It is our invaluable pursuit to the announce that we exit because of you. Being a largest employer construction company in Loganville, we understand that we have got the invaluable support from the local people. The base where we have our exchange has the support of the local people. We need the work to be complete it, so we need people to help us. You get the job. We became the job providing company. The pay we make to the people we believe that has the good role for the company's economy, the country's economic life. The blood of economy is making them up to buy and sell. Content tax we pay to the government is not big issue for us in comparisons to the service provided by the government. The taxes certainly have some value in itself. People take advantage from it, and the manual mutual understanding is far more beneficial to all. We, the company, is also the part of the society. The local community has some benefit from us more than that we have to if we take under consideration to all it. It is a part of the monitoring to all that the effect of the employees, the business opportunity offered by the growing marketplace, and the physical and legal infrastructure that the government provide are we are much compensated by the support that we get. The last weekend against when a powerful storm pushed the Logan River past flood stage and threatened to cover company's office and warehouse facility. As the relationship we got the invaluable physical support made by more than 200 volunteers. Autonomous support the floated happened at night along with the employee. The volunteers shows the belief, respect and instrumental support for the company as if it has been their own. You Yes, the company is a kind of public property. It is it is our own. The whole night struggle against the flood, making the sandbag and stack to protect against the flood to the buildings is really out of the imaginations. The whole situation was emergency. The council also understood such situation, so it had been an intelligence from the council side, and the council authorized the development of heavy equipment and additional staff to help in emergency port. The water had rose nearly 2 feet, 10 feet high behind the makeshift dig. I understand the community come together to save the company's facility during storm autonomously. Mere the thinking words would might not be sufficient for the invaluable support we have received from the community and government side. The help is remembered forever. It is a great sense of the belonging that all have with us. Thanks for all. Anthony D. Coast, CEO, Locan Villa Construction Company, LA, USA, Group C, concentrate answer questions. 2021 April. Question number 9. Explain the role of the primary research and identify the most common forms of primary research for the business communication purpose. Gathering the information on oneself is known as the first step of primary research. Is secondary research cannot provide the information and instantly. We need to gather the information on oneself with primary research. The two most commonly primary research methods are survey and interview. Other primary techniques are observation and experiment in special situations such as test marketing, but there are less commonly used for day-to-day business research. The primary research supposed to bearing about the exact result by the conducting survey, taking interview, or merely observing. First, conducting survey. It needs to be reliable, valid, and representative in order to be useful. Also, careful, prepared, and conduct survey can provide invaluable instant, but only if it is reliable and valid. We need to choose research participate and carefully and develop an effective set of questions. A good research can be avoided error during planning, execution, and analyzing it, selecting people to participate in a survey. The most critical task is gathering a representative sample of the entire population in question. Some primary research cannot be complete only with conducting a survey. The captures only the opinion of people who visit the site and want to participate. If we do online survey, we do have to develop a good questionnaire and start with the information needed to be identified. When we need the exact survey, we have to provide clear instruction not to ask information that people cannot be expected to remember. Keep the questionnaire short and easy to answer. We have to be careful about avoiding leading questions. Easy to analyze and avoid ambiguous question. Precise, no jumbling the ideas, making the survey adaptive to conducting interview. Getting in-depth information is instantly from an expected or an individual concerned about an issue can be a great method for the collection. Primary information interview can take place online, over the phone, or in person, and they can involve individual or groups. Open-ended question which can be answered with a simple yes or no can provide deeper, instant opinion and information. Arrange the sequence of questions to help uncover layer of information. Face-to-face interview gives you the opportunity to give the reactions to the question and observe the non-verbal signs that accompany the answers. Business research can also use a form of group interview known as the focus group. We can review the notes as soon as the interview ends. Question number 719. Question number 8. Explain the role of primary research in the business report and identify the most commonly forms of primary research for business communication purpose. Explain the role of the primary research in report writing. Explain the role of the secondary research in report writing. 218. Question number 7. Analyzing the data that are available for the same field of our indented related research in taken as the overview of secondary research. It might be helpful even if we intend to conduct the primary research. We start with the research what has been previously done in our concurred type of the research work. Certainly it becomes the first helping hands for the handling any innovative research plan in any company. For the company inner source and others and document there are available in the forms of the print and online source might be used. We might collect the source for the secondary data and research works with from different source, finding information at a library library after offer information and other resources that we can find anywhere. There we find a newspaper and periodical business books, directories, airlines, and statistical resource, government publication, and electronic database. And the governmental publication that are taken to the most authentic one are also taken as the most helpful for the business researcher finding information online. The online materials we find during the research might also be useful for preparing business report. When we go for the preparing the business report, we go to for the online research tool and online monitoring tools. Those research tools work in different ways, we get can get the best result. Documenting the resource, the proper documentation of the source we used need to be ethical and important in preparing the report or in report writing. The secondary research in an integrated understanding of the essence of the doing any research. By this we can make the better framework of the research, and we can better focus on the results rather than to be the complications of the during primary research. 10. Question number 10, 2017 mark of question number 7. Explain the role of the primary research and briefly and identify the most common form of the primary research or business communication purpose. Answer please refer to 2010 mark of question number 8. 2015 question number 9. Explain the role of the primary research briefly and identify the two most common forms of the primary research to the business communication purpose. Please refer to the 2018 mark of question number 8. Question number 12. Explain how to plan informational report and website content information report. Provide the materials that the employee, manager, and other need to order to make decisions, take actions, and response to dynamic condition instant and outside the organizations. Although these reports come in dozens of the particular format that can be grouped into the four general categories. First of all, report to the monitor and control operation managers. Rely on wide range of report of see how well their companies are functioning. Second, report in implement politics and procedure. The policy report range from briefly description of the business procedure to issue manual that run dozens or hundreds of pages. Report to the demonstrated compliance. Business are required as to submit a variety of compliance report to document progress. Supervisor, investor, and customers frequently expected to the informed to the status of project and their other activities by program report. Organizing information report. The message conveyed by the informational reports can range from the extremely positive to extremely negative, so the approach is carefully presented is following ways. First of all, comparison. Second, importance. Third, sequence. Fourth, chronology. Fifth, geography. Sixth, category. Organizing website content. Many website, particularly company website, function and information report offering section with information about the company's history, its procedure and service, the exclusive team, and so on. We can plan the website thinking that the online reading experience differ from offline reading in several important ways. Web reader are demanding. The site visitor need instant for information with a click. Reading online can be difficult. Online reading can be slower than the proper reading. The web is the non-linear, multi-dimensional mediums. Readers of online materials move around in any order they please, and there often is no beginning, middle, or end. Professional website designer often use the terms information architectures of the describe the structure and navigations flow of all the parts of website. The information architecture is there, demonstrational outlines of the site, showing virtual horizontals and the link that tie all these pages together. Question number 13. Describe an effective process for the conducting business research. Explain how to the evaluate and credibility of an information source and identify the 5 ways to use the research result. Answer. Whatever we write about the message, our audience always expected us to support our message with the solid research. Even the small school project also need to be conducted. The research we couldn't conduct the project by using a clear process. First, plan your research. A solid made plan pursue the expected result in the expected time. Second, locate the data and information you need. The research plan take you what to look for. Your next step is to figure out where the data and informations are and how to access them. Process the data and information you have located. The data and information that we collected would not be in a state to us in raw form. The processing of the idea and data is important to make it is immediately as fourth. Apply the finding. We can apply the research finding in these 3 ways: summarizing the information, drawing the conclusion in our purpose, and we can develop the recommendations. Manage information efficiently. The information we collected after doing research priceless, so we have to give the information or message it efficiently. When we keep the information to in computer based system, it would be better useful. Now we can categorize the unfulness of the research tools. First, analyzing data. It is helpful to look at the for trend by observing mean, median, and mode of the measuring tendency. Quoting, paragraphing, and summarizing information. It helps to expressing idea, drawing a conclusion. It is the logical interpretation of the information what we have. Making recommendations. It is the stage of the suggesting course of action based on what we have conduct about a certain situation. Using the data as secondary on previous research. Data can also be used is secondary data. Identify the 3 most common way to organizing analytical report. Analytical report we are prepared to analyze, to understand, to explain. These types of the reports are to think through a problem or an opportunity and figures out how it affects the company and how the company should respond. Analytical report fall in the 3 different categories. These types of report after our information analyzing. These types can be including recommendations. First, report to assess opportunity. The report carry some degree of risk and also requires a variety of decision and action that applies the opportunity. Market analysis report as the due diligence report. Final aspect of the reports are the examples. Report to solve the problem. These types of the report acts for the sorting report and it tries to solve the problem. Third, report to support decisions. Flexibility report and justification report are the example of it that tries to make the base for making any decision. The analyzing report is since try to answer these questions. What would need to be determined: who is involved in the situation, where is the trouble located, how was the situation organized, when did it start. Thanks for watching.